Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the horoscope for the month of June 2021. So starting off here on the 1st of June, Mars will shift into the sign of Cancer. Now Mars is debilitated in Cancer, so this will be a very challenging transit, and we'll talk more about this in a future video. Mars, remember, is a soldier, a warrior. It wants to go out and take action and get things done. Cancer is connected to the home, the mother, our comfort, our nourishment. So Mars is very uncomfortable here in the sign of Cancer. Now we'll also see Mercury come into a combustion here at the beginning of June as well. Remember that Mercury is in a retrograde, so it will shift back to meet up with the Sun. On the 10th of June, we will have a solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. This will be towards the end of Taurus, and we'll talk more about that in a future video. This is a part of this big eclipse season. If you have not already checked out that video on the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, make sure to check that out. I will leave a link above and down below in the description. On the 14th of June, the Sun will shift into the sign of Gemini. So this will push us into a new consciousness, a new seasonal shift here as the Sun moves into Gemini. Our focus shifting from this more relaxed and friendly sign of Taurus into this very curious and mentally active sign of Gemini. On the 20th, Jupiter will shift into retrograde. So once again, we're here in this eclipse season, in this retrograde season, where there's lots of changes, lots of internal work to do. And this is a lot that we will talk about here in this month of June with all of this happening. Of course, this will all take us into November and October when these retrogrades will start to clear up and we will move out of this eclipse zone. On the 22nd, Venus will shift into the sign of Cancer. This will be a tricky position as the Moon and Venus are not the most friendly of planets. And lastly, here on the 25th, for those of you who are following those three extra planets, our transpersonal planets, Neptune will station retrograde. So we have a lot going on here as we're moving into the summer with all of these eclipses and retrogrades, where there's a lot of internal work to do moving forward. So let's talk about how this tricky month of June will affect each of you according to your moon sign or your ascendant sign. And once again, I want to bring this to all of your awareness that I am not using the tropical zodiac. So the tropical zodiac is typically used in Western tropical astrology, where it is according to the seasonal points and where the stars were positioned hundreds of thousands of years ago. I am using the sidereal zodiac, which is based upon where the stars are positioned right now in the sky. So this is according to the correct position of the stars, and this is coming from those fixed stars as well that sit behind the constellations. And along with that, I am using jyotisha or Vedic astrology, which is coming directly from the scriptures. So this is going to be according to your moon sign, not your sun sign. The moon sign is very, very important as it is the indicator of your mind. So all of your behavior, all of your patterns and cycles that you go through in life are all being filtered through the moon sign, because this is how your mind is functioning, your psyche, your state of mind. So this is very important in terms of looking at horoscopes. I also add in that ascendant because that is the point from which your soul made contact here with its life on earth. So that ascendant is mapping out the foundation of your entire life. It is the lesson, the experience of why you have come into this existence. So I do recommend that you always look at your horoscope according to your ascendant or your moon sign, not your sun sign. For those of you with an Aquarius moon or Aquarius ascendant, we will be starting off this month of June with Mars in the sign of Cancer, there in your 6th house. So this is a major time of focusing in on your responsibilities, your duties, your routine with this Martian energy. Here with Mars in the 6th house, this is giving you a tremendous amount of strength to conquer over obstacles and challenges within your life. So this is a very positive position as Mars sits there in your 6th house. Now Mars is debilitated in the sign of Cancer, and Mars is not a friend to your ruler Saturn. So this can be a bit of a tricky position, but with Mars in the 6th, it is very strong here as that 6th house carries a Martian influence. So this is a very powerful time of working through any sort of difficulties and obstacles in your life. There can be some difficulties around health or around challenge and competition at this time. With Mars there, you have the willpower, the energy to push through these obstacles and issues that may arise. We will also see Mercury come into a combustion in the sign of Gemini. Mercury is going to be shifting here between Gemini and Taurus as it is in this retrograde. And so keep in mind that Mercury is not a negative thing as it is retrograde. It is allowing us to dig deeper, to really learn and observe at a deeper level, to give us some greater clarity and understanding, especially with Mercury coming into a combustion, the Sun and Mercury coming together in this very powerful combination, giving you some great clarity and insight, especially as this will be positioned in your 5th house. This is a great time for any projects, any new skills that you are working on here, anything along the lines of creativity and using your knowledge is huge with Mercury, this very logical and practical planet here in your 5th house. This is also a friend to your ruler Saturn and a very positive planet as it is controlling this 5th house. Very powerful. Now, we will also see a solar eclipse here on the 10th of June, and we'll talk more about that in a future video, but a solar eclipse is a major moment of taking a leap of faith, as this will be happening during a new moon, an opportunity to start something fresh, something new in your life. However, this is going to be the sun eclipse, blocked out. The light, the consciousness, the awareness will be blocked through this eclipse. So this is a major time of starting fresh, starting new, but without being able to see everything at this time. Major time of trusting your intuition, trusting your heart, and moving ahead regardless of not being able to see all that is going on during this eclipse. And this is happening in your 4th house, where your education, your mental stability, your comfort, your pleasure is huge at this time. This is a major time of going inward, of finding that peace of mind, that comfort, that relaxation through this solar eclipse. And at this time, there may be a feeling of uncertainty around this, but this is definitely a time to tap inward with yourself and to find this state of peace, as this is going to give you a tremendous amount of clarity moving forward. On the 14th of June, the sun will shift into Gemini there in your 5th house. Huge time for creativity, for brilliance, for your skills and efficiency to shine with the sun coming in here in this 5th house. So this is where a spotlight is being centered around you in your skills, your talents, your knowledge, your creativity. This is huge, and this can affect your career in a big way, as the sun is controlling your 7th house of the public. So you can receive some recognition through your skills, through the things that you were able to accomplish here with this transit of the sun in Gemini. Moving forward here on the 20th, we will see Jupiter station retrograde, and on the 25th of June, we will see Neptune station retrograde. So both of these planets will station retrograde there in your first house. This is tremendously powerful, giving you some deep clarity and insight with these planets in the first house. And Jupiter, especially being in a Kendra house, this is blessing you with a tremendous amount of luck and fortune throughout this transit. Even though Jupiter is not a friend to your ruler, Jupiter is there controlling your second house, along with your 11th house, 2 money houses. This is huge, where you can receive a lot of luck and prosperity in your life during this transit. We will also see Venus shift into the sign of Cancer on the 22nd. So Venus will join Mars there in your 6th house. This is a major time of paying close attention to your health, as that Venus position in the 6th house can tend to give a strong desire towards sweets and laziness and relaxation. So you want to pay close attention here in on your health. This can also be a time where you're focusing on your beauty, your fashion, on your appearance and looks with this Venus transit. Venus is also there controlling your 4th house along with your 9th house. So this can be a great time for your education to flourish, where your mind is focused in on your work and your responsibilities centered around education for those of you in school. This can be a very good time even for those who are seeking to learn something new, to try something new, where the discipline of Venus in that 6th house is there to follow through in your education, in your studies, in your experiences at this time. So this has been your June 2021 horoscope for Aquarius moon or Aquarius ascendant. I want to thank you all so much for joining. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new content. Once again, we have a lot to talk about with these retrogrades and this ongoing eclipse season. So make sure to hit that notification bell to stay tuned. If you would like to learn more on Vedic astrology, I do have a course available in the Facebook group Astrology Lessons with Daquan Jones. There is a link down below in the description along with the comments. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.